number one form for your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Happy to have you all join us here on the show. Bama, Mississippi State this week in the battle for Highway 82 from Stark Vegas. It'll be fun to check out, be a part of this matchup. But you're rocking and rolling right now. Hottest show on the streets, in my own words, right here. We bring you the action from the magic city of Birmingham. We stream this to you through YouTube. And speaking of a channel, you go ahead right now and you hit that subscribe button. You tap subscribe right now. Get every friend, family member, diehard Bama fan, casual Bama fan, consumer of Tide football to subscribe as well. Also, be sure to hit that like button. Give us that thumbs up. Hit the like button right there. Trying to get this show 50 likes out the gate to start. Appreciate you guys. Share the show as well on every platform with everybody that you know. That daily super chat go $100 daily. Super chat go $100 right there. We appreciate the support coming from you guys. And we got a lot to talk about, a lot to dive into, things to get into. We want you, the Bama fans, being a part of the show. You can line us up by calling 205-448-1358. The number to call in to let your voice be made known, 205-448-1358. And one more time, 205-448-1358. Want to hear from you. Guys, show some love to my man, Bill! Bill from New York, that $5 donation. Dropping the love there in the bucket. Appreciating that from Bill. Getting started early here on the platform. And I think another one came in, Eli. How about my man, Adam? Adam that came in here, Adam Lamperlo, with that, let's see here, $25 donation from my man Adam, dropping the love in there. Appreciate that from Adam. But without further ado, Eli, we start off the show with this right here. Coach Saban took the podium this evening, gave a couple of injury updates, one of those being Deontay Lawson, redshirt sophomore, inside linebacker, the starter at that weak side backer position, suffered an ankle injury against Ole Miss on last week. And the question was to Coach Saban for D-Law, how is he? How is he looking? How's he progressed in practice? Since the injury there against the Rebels, according to Coach Saban, D-Law is questionable for this game against the Bulldogs. D-Law did not practice today. Didn't practice Monday. So with him not practicing Monday and not practicing today, I don't know if he was out there on Tuesday, but with him not practicing 2 days this week and Saban has him listed as questionable coming from the press conference, this kind of has me feeling D-Law may not go. Now he could go, depending on how he does in Thursday walkthrough and Friday walkthrough, right? The game is Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Time kickoff on ESPN at Davis Wade Stadium. So depending on how he does in Thursday's walkthrough and Friday's walkthrough could completely turn this tape here. But as of just right now, him not practicing today and him not practicing Monday kind of puts you in the feeling of D-Law may not go against the Bulldogs. And while you would want to see Lawson out there, your starter is your starter for a reason, and he's been playing well thus far as the starter at weak side linebacker. If there was a moment where you did not have him on the field and it doesn't necessarily hurt you, this would kind of be that game, just due to Mississippi State under Coach Zach Arnett, trying to figure out what their identity is as well. You know, in the passing of Mike Leach, God rest his soul, and Zach Arnett trying to bring in this ground and pound balance scheme, but they don't necessarily have the personnel to sort of run that with all the air raid personnel that they have from the Mike Leach tenure. you're trying to figure out what you are as a program under Coach Arnett. So the Bulldogs 2-2 on the season at this point. So while you would want to have Deontay Lawson out there on the field, if for some way he does not go against State, this will be the one game where it probably may not hurt as much. Now, you're going to need him against Texas A&M and on down the road here of your SEC schedule. But if there was a situation where if Deontay Lawson couldn't go, here would be the one. Now, if he doesn't go, the immediate next man up is Jihad Campbell, former five-star from New Jersey. He's the next man up. And Campbell, who filled in for an injured Deontay Lawson, the matchup against the Rebels, Campbell did his thing. 7 solo tackles in the game, made one of the crushing hits on Jackson Dart that knocked him out of the football game. So Jihad Campbell, the year already in the system, now in his second year, he knows what to do and how to do and the importance of succeeding out there on the field and the importance of excellence out there on the field. So Campbell would be the initial backup, the immediate next man up there if Lawson cannot go. And then you've got depth there at the inside linebacker position because you have Justin Jefferson, who can play in that weak side backer spot. You also have Sean Murphy and Ian Jackson, who can play at that inside linebacker spot. So Bama's got depth. They've got depth there. They got bodies there at that position. So while as much as we want to see Deontay Lawson be able to go here for this game, if he is not able to, you have Jihad Campbell as the immediate next man up. I mean, you got Justin Jefferson, Sean Murphy, and Ian Jackson. But that's just the update there. Coming from Coach Saban, Deontay Lawson listed as questionable for this matchup against Mississippi State, coming off the ankle injury he had against Ole Miss. But we take our first break here on the show on Touch That Dial. We're just getting started. Upon our return, we go to those phone lines. We grab your calls, your thoughts, your viewpoints, your conversations. We get to you, the Bama fans, after this.
9 players have teamed up and released the Alabama Team Paper, which is a video yearbook they've put out for sale direct to fans. Now, for the first time, small dollar purchases from the fans can support the players as a group as well as a great cause, because $1 of every subscription payment is donated to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Be a 5-star fan base and support your team and a great cause with Team Paper. Check it out at teampaper.com/Alabama.
Remember the taste of Grandma's delicious sweets? Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes brings back those precious memories with just one bite. Each cake made from scratch. They make the perfect dessert to share with family and friends for any occasion, and ordering is easy. Visit emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Click the online store and shop. Then pick up your fresh cake at the kitchen in downtown Homewood. Order yours online at emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes, making memories from scratch.
All right, people, we're back rocking and rolling to the action from the break on a Wednesday. Hump Day, hottest show on the streets. We're talking Bama football news. In my own word, George Trumy, Stephen Smith of TDA. Continue hitting the like button, hitting that subscribe button, making this your show to talk Bama. Folks, we also have a message board for those of you trying to be in the next wave, next group of fans to help us regrow the message board. You check it out right there, touchdownalabama.com. Link is in the description, also in the chat line. Be a part of the new wave of fans, people to help us regrow, rebuild the message board right there. But we go to, when we do the super chat right here, we got Brian Watson, who comes in with a $4.99 donation, dropping that in the bucket. Brian Watson, appreciate him helping us out there on the show. Before we take your calls here, call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang. Got to give a word to our sponsors. Today's show, today's call segment brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy. So folks, check this out. We're very excited here at TDA to announce our new partnership with Underdog Fantasy. We decided to partner with Underdog because it's the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. Underdog Fantasy has a lot to offer, including their Pick'em game. So in Pick'em, you pick whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in this week's game for a chance to win big. It's easy to play. Just pick 2 to 5 stats of your favorite players and choose whether they'll go higher or lower. You can 20 times your money by going 5 for 5. They also have the best ball mania. If you think you know football, you gotta check this one out right here. This year's Best Ball Mania has $15 million in total prizes up for grabs, with the winner taking home $3 million. So sign up today with the promo code Alabama and get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the app, and don't forget to register with the promo code Alabama to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Underdog Fantasy. Check them out right there. And those guys right there sponsoring this call segment. But we get the first call right here. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hey, Steven. It's Adam calling from Georgia. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. And yourself?
I'm doing great, thanks. I just had 2 very brief questions. First, I'm wondering what you think about the fact that we've got a lot of parity in the SEC and in college football. I wonder if you think that a 2-loss team could make the playoffs this year. And my second question is, why haven't we seen Justice Haynes yet?
So the first question, could a 2-loss team make the playoff? We are seeing a lot of parity in college football, especially in the SEC. As cool as it would be for a 2-loss team to get in, I don't see it, just due to the College Football Playoff Committee is going to try all they can to not have a 2-loss team in. So, I mean, for me, that's just my thoughts. As cool as it would be to possibly see a 2-loss team get in, and maybe once this thing goes to a 12-team playoff, which will happen in 2024, maybe there could be a situation where definitely a 2-loss team gets in there. But as of right now, me personally do not see it. But as far as Justice Haynes, I know Coach Saban mentioned prior to Ole Miss that the young guys at running back, they're ready to play. They're ready to contribute. We did not see Haynes take reps there in the matchup against Ole Miss. But this week where you got Mississippi State and you want to silence those cowbells and you want to really limit their possessions of being on the field and take their crowd out of the game, here's a week where we can see Justice Haynes take the field.
Yeah, I hope so. Great answer, Steven. Thanks a lot. Roll Tide.
Absolutely, Adam. They're calling in from Georgia. I want to see more Justice Haynes. I do. And Saban did say last week he's ready to play. So hopefully, keeping our fingers crossed, Eli, but this is the week we do see Justice Haynes. But we grab this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Steve, what's up with you, man? This is Jay from Smithfield, Virginia.
My man Jay calling from his new home and location. What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, man. That big man there, he did his thing last week, didn't he? He played like an angry big man, old Tyler Booker, didn't he?
I'm just saying the defense did show up now. I mean, about time you saw the D-line getting the pressure. Tim Keenan, Tim Smith, about time.
Yeah, but Tyler Booker was the offensive lineman of the week or whatever.
And he was out there pancaking people too.
I guess he finally shut his big mouth and got to moving folks around. I like that, Steve. I wish the coordinator.
Now, Jay, I believe he's been hearing your phone calls to the show, Jay.
You know, I hope he did, cause, and I hope Tommy Reese hit me too, because we want to run the ball up the middle, man. We want to run the ball. It's just that simple, man. You get in the 20-yard line, we want to run the ball. Man, this guy Tommy Reese, man, Man, that man is really pathetic, Steve. We need to run the ball at least 40 to 50 times a game, and that'll make it so much easier for Milroe just to go and bomb the ball deep. We got 17 excellent deep route runners.
I mean, it's time for it, man. It's time for it. Running the football, open this thing up more so for Milroe. I've even made the suggestion of at least one game trying the wishbone back out.
Or can we at least get a halfback screen? Forget it. I don't even want to pass the ball, Steve. I don't want to pass the ball, man. We got big, huge linemen, man. Against this Mississippi State team, they got some big guys up front now. They might not be uber talented, but they big. And, you know, we got some big guys that we need to have leaning on these folks early in the game. Because coming out that first half, every Bama fan watching that game, we was confused, like, oh, my God, what is this? Like, this ain't nothing we've seen over the last couple decades. Like, what is this? Then the second half, I guess old Nick must have got in his ear or something. I think that's why he in the press that's why he in the booth, so he don't get chewed out on the sideline. But, yeah, because it was a major adjustment there, Steve. We came out running the ball real good, man. We need to see a bunch of 50 run attempts, and it's about time to let Justice Haynes loose, man. Roll Tide, I love y'all, man.
Appreciate my man Jay calling in right there. I don't know what Saban said at halftime, but I made this point on social media, Eli. Whatever he said, he needs to say that and go to that throughout the remainder of the season. Because Bama came out in that second half a completely different football team. They ran the ball with Jace McClellan. You saw the defense really just knock Jackson Dart completely silly and out of the football game. So whatever was said, I don't know what was said, but whatever was said, that needs to be taken throughout the remainder of this entire Bama football period. We're going to take this call, though. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hi, Stephen. Bill from New York, and I'm feeling pretty happy.
I know you are, Bill. I know you are.
You know, I got to see the game. It rained for 4 days. But anyway, what I want to do is I want to give a shout-out to a few players and then tell you what I think is going to happen against Mississippi State. Is that okay?
That's perfect, Bill. Let's do it.
All right. Tim Smith, first of all, look, you know, him and Dale, I've been tough on for years. You know what I mean? I was, but I'm a person in life. I give credit where it's due. Tim Smith kicked ass. Listen, he not only had that 1.5 sacks, he was providing pressure and making it easy for Dallas and the linebackers. I am so impressed. If he could turn it around now, I'd be the happiest guy in town. And then I want to talk about the safeties. Look, I think we have the two best safeties in the country, and one of them's a little baby. You know what I mean, Caleb? He's a kid, and I'm saying this guy could wind up being as good as anybody, Minka, anybody. He's tremendous. And the corners, love him. You know, I'm happy there. And the tight ends, Dupree and Nyblack. You know, Nyblack, the skinny guy, he's even blocking now. You know what I mean? I was very happy with that game. You know, now I want to talk about this game. We're going to score 21 points on defense. We're going to run them off the field, Steven. They're going to wish that they're going to be so embarrassed in their home stadium. They're going to say, what did we do to deserve this? We're going to crush Mississippi State. We're going to walk over them like Naomi says it. We're going to dog walk Mississippi State. It's going to, you know, and I just can't wait. You know, what do you think, Steve?
I'm excited, Bill, for this game. Of course, I got my earplugs ready for these cowbells. They're going to be ringing 100 miles per hour. Eli's got his earplugs as well. But we're ready for this. We're ready for this. We're prepared for this. I thought in the second half against Ole Miss, we saw old Bama, old school Bama still there. So we got to tap into it more this week right here. And I think Saban is about to pull more of it out.
Oh, yeah, and you're going to need those earplugs to hear me screaming from up here because I'm going to be yelling in the middle of the night. I don't want Diana to get mad at me, but, you know, it's going to be like that, and I can't wait. Stephen, October 14th, I'll be there to get us through Arkansas. We're going to hurt them. We're going to hurt those fools. We're going to hurt all these fools. But I'll let you go now, man. Have a great night.
Appreciate Bill from New York calling in. We got pumped up. We got the energy flowing here inside the studio. We're going to take this call here. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Yo, this is T. Rich by way of Lawson, Texas.
How we doing, man?
Man, doing good. Who called the game the second half on defense? And secondly, watch the Bama Standard. Everybody is finally seeing what I've been seeing. Terry and Arnold is better than Kool-Aid.
He balling.
I mean, he gives
that
more
boy balling.
effort. Like I said, man, the few times he messed up is because he was a safety by trade. Kool-Aid always been at corner. Terrian was a safety switching over to corner. He is a way better corner than Kool-Aid. He plays faster, more physical. It's like Kool-Aid got the NIL, and hey, I make the same thing that the coach makes, so I ain't got to try as hard. The NIL this has corrupted college football so badly. Nobody wants it more. Nobody wants it more. I do love how they've been playing on defense. Tim Keenan just stepped it up in a big way. Jaheim Otis doing his thing. Tim Swift getting better. I see that Deontay Lawson ain't out there, but hey, everybody was filled in from the defense. You know, on the linebacker spot, they played hella good. They played a little bit better than me, a little bit faster, a little bit more physical. I mean, I guess Tresman and Jahad kind of got that more about themselves than Deontay. He might know the defense, but hey, you got to be an alpha male when it comes down to doing all of that on the defense and calling the defense. Wide receivers doing their thing. I'm glad it's more blocking. But, hey, whoever called the defense the second half, they need to continue to call it. I still feel like we need a better strength-and-condition coach, David Ballou. I mean, they look like they're still pushing us around a little bit. I still feel like we need a better D-line coach. Freddie Roach, you got to step it up. But all in all, roll, tide, roll. We're peaking at the right moment. If we can, get past Jimbo, everything else is going, and the defense continue to grow, we're going to be good. Roll Tide.
Appreciate T-Rich there calling in from Texas. So who called the Alabama defense in the second half? Kevin Steele called it, but I will say, Travaris Robinson had some input in there. I will say Charlie Strong, as an analyst, had some input in there. I will say even Nick Saban himself had some input in there. So it was a collective effort calling that defense in the second half against the Rebels. But we're going to grab this call. You're live on the show. What's happening, how we feeling, state your name, and where you calling from?
How's it going, Steve? This is Jake Piscola. How you doing?
Doing good, Jay, and yourself?
I'm good, man. On this road, doing this night travel. I'm a truck driver, so of course. But I agree with you what you said earlier about I don't know what Nick Saban said to them during the halftime, but I would love to be a fly on the wall. To hear
I'm just saying, man, because whatever he said, they came out looking like 2009, 2011 Bama. Like they came out just punishing folks.
I'm trying to tell you, I was driving. I was heading to Michigan, and the first half, I was just cussing. I was cussing up the storm. And in the second half, I was so happy. It was like I was bipolar. I was mad the first half and happy the second half. But I feel like if our offense, like a lot of callers say, if our offense can keep the ball more and allow the defense to rest, like our defense was fresh. The whole Ole Miss game, it was fresh. And if our offense can continue the long drives, running the ball, our defense is gonna be ready for Mississippi State and Texas A&M. I feel like that was our biggest mishap in the the Texas game, because our offense lost the ball a lot and can't keep it up. But I wish they would practice what they did the second half. They need to carry that energy on to the whole game, the whole entire game. But I feel like I haven't seen much of Malik Benson. Like I'm so high on Malik Benson, I haven't seen him at all. And just like the other caller guy, I'm high on Justin Haynes as well. I want to see both. I want to see Malik Benson and Justin Haynes. But I feel like we should do more on jet sweeps as well, like with Isaiah Bond. Like he's fast, so joining that jet sweep, I'm pretty sure he's able to run for at least a first down, if not more, if he gets loose. What do you think?
I think that there's a lot of things, Jay, that Tommy Rees needs to implement. Jet sweep, one of them. Pot pass is one of them. More slants. More halfback screens, more tight end screens if you got them. There's a lot of things that Tommy Rees can implement here with this offense to get more guys involved. And then, of course, getting Malik Benson more so involved than Justice Haynes. But appreciate Jay, they're calling in from Pensacola to the show. We're going to grab this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Steven? It's Mattress Matt in Mobile. How you doing tonight?
Matt, doing good, brother. Doing good in yourself.
I'm doing great. I just wanted to really say how proud I am of Jalen Milroe. With the exception of the one interception and the one time where he couldn't make up his mind and got sacked. I mean, it maybe it was 2 or 3 plays. Other than that. I mean, the improvement was like night and day. And for him to go out there, in the midst of all the criticism and flack that he was taking and everything, and to perform like he did was just unbelievable. I mean, and the play calling too. I love the where they had the running back, blocking for him. And doing that power run, for Milroe. I love the play calling and like y'all were saying, to call plays that highlight his strengths. I mean, I think they did that. And his passing, he throws a beautiful pass too. And so I'm excited. And also, what I've been watching on repeat is that Terrion Arnold spin move after the interception. I mean, I didn't know if I was watching Olympic ice skating or something. That spin move was beautiful. I keep watching that over and over again. That guy is really talented too. What'd you think about that spin move?
I thought the spin move by Terrion was nice. I thought it was nice, and I know a lot of people have been talking about Kool-Aid McKinstry, potentially, first-round pick, top 10 pick in next year's draft. And Kool-Aid's a good player. But Terrion Arnold, in his own right, is playing himself in that conversation too. I mean, people forget Terrion came out of high school as a safety. He never played corner. He was a safety. And so last year was his first year ever playing corner out of necessity. He had some growing pains, but he learned from it. Actually had a pretty good year, made the all-SEC freshman team. But look at the jump he's taken this year. I mean, pass breakups, his first pick against Ole Miss. Teams are challenging him, and he's making the quarterbacks pay for challenging him.
Yeah, I mean, he just seems to be everywhere. I mean, anytime there's a pass breaking up or something, I mean, he's involved. I mean, he's all over the place, and I love it. I mean, they looked like they were having fun out there too. So I'm excited about Mississippi State. I agree with Bill. I think it's going to be a beatdown, and I'm going to enjoy it. So you have a great night.
Appreciate Mattress Matt calling in there from Mobile to the show on a Wednesday. We continue with calls here as they're pouring in. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hey, Steve, it's Michael from Columbus, South Carolina. How you doing?
Doing great, Michael. How we feeling?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Steve?
I'm good, man. Can I complain here? You got Mississippi State this weekend, so got the earplugs ready because the cowbells will be clanging, and I'm trying to hear myself think, so I got the earplugs.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for this game, man. Man, it's gonna be so good. I just can't wait. But I have two questions for you.
Go ahead.
So, how well do you think the tight ends need to play this Saturday? Because we're loaded at that position with Danny Lewis and Miles Kesselman and Amari Niblack's kind of really improved there, along with C.J. Dupree. Robbie Oops kind of similar with him now. How big of an impact is the tight ends make an effect on this game?
I thought Michael, they played well. I mean, we saw a catch from C.J. Dupree, a couple of catches there. Amari Niblack had a catch. Robbie Oots had a catch. Thought they all blocked well. I would just like to see, Tommy Reese get them more involved in the passing game with, throws to the flat, throws in the middle, maybe a tight end screen here or there, more routes to those guys so that they could be more involved in the passing game. I thought for what it was worth, they did a pretty good job. They blocked well, they caught the ball, and they were targeted. I would just like to see more plays, more involvement as far as the play calling to the tight ends.
And my last question is, has there been any updates on guys like Emmanuel Henderson and Thaiu Jones-Bell?
Well, Thaiu Jones-Bell took a medical red shirt this year. Saban gave out that information during the preseason, during fall camp. So Thaiu Jones-Bell took a medical red shirt. As far as Emmanuel Henderson had a hip injury in fall camp. The latter part of fall camp, he had a hip issue. Hopefully he'll be back in the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure when that will be, but hopefully Alabama will have E-Man back in the next couple of weeks. He was having a really strong camp at wide receiver and doing some things on special teams before the injury took place late in camp, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so, Bama will have Henderson back.
And lastly, Stephen, in case we'll see more Jihad Campbell and Kicker Blackshaw in the field.
As far as Jihad Campbell, if Deontay Lawson does not go against Mississippi State, he's listed as questionable for this game coming off of an ankle injury against Ole Miss. If D-Law doesn't go, Jihad Campbell will start at that weak side backer position next to Tresman Marshall. And as far as who's the other name? As far as Kendrick Blackshire, we've been seeing Blackshire more and more on the field, primarily in the second half. So when he's been out there, he's been locked in, he's been playing great ball. So we will continue to see his role there kind of expand, but we've seen him a lot there in the second half of games.
Thank you, Stephen. Have a great day.
Absolutely. Michael from South Carolina calling in. We've seen a lot of Kendrick Blackshire in the second half, and he's been tearing it up when he's been out there in the field. Coach Saban has mentioned when he's, locked in, he plays really well. And we've seen him making his presence felt in back-to-back weeks here. But we grab this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Steve, my boy. How you doing? This G, man.
G, what's happening, man? What's up?
What's going on? What's going on? And that D-line finally looked half alive, didn't it?
I'm going to tell you, G, people, I don't know if the players have been listening to you calling or my man Jay calling, but these calls been getting through these players.
If you look at the rotation is a little bit different, too. We kind of talked about that. You see Payne out there a little more.
I saw James Smith get out there.
James Smith getting out there. James Smith got a quick first step, too. I kind of spoke a little rough about that young fella. And I seen that first step come out there on the little rip move he did. I said, okay, we need to see him more. But like I said, you seeing the younger guys be better. And, as the season go on, I was talking kind of rough about who should play, who shouldn't play. But when you think about it, Steve, in all fairness, you really can't just sit a boy and be, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the real morale, the real brotherhood of it, you really can't just sit. You can't just sit, Dalcourt and all these guys, especially when they're not really atrocious. We kind of just reaching and hoping we could put a superstar in there, but you can't just say screw people, even though we see Saban do it from time to time. But I want to say, did you watch? I seen you on the Bama Standard last night. Did you get a chance to watch the final whistle when they had Men's up there?
I did. I was there.
Okay. Oh, so you was on that one as well. I like what he said because he's probably the first former Saban guy to kind of critique who is playing and who is not playing. And, like last game, you could really see Blackshaw may be more impactful than Lawson. Well, I don't want to go out there and throw the bus of Lawson. He's been the ace for us. But when you talk about impact, we talk about raw athleticism and, having an impact on the field. But I want to say this a moment ago. A lot of people are saying Tommy Rees needs to up his play calling. I agree. But Tommy Rees can't fully unleash this playbook until Miro gets a faster release and Miro has to know who he's going to 3 yards into the route. And what I mean by that is you could look at, when Tua did it, even looking at Jalen Hurts now with the Eagles, you can't run an RPO with a quarterback who don't know who he's going to. You can't run an RPO with a quarterback who does not have an elite release. If you look at everybody who's running the RPO and stuff like that, that ball is downset hut. They play faking and it's gone. So we'll see Reese open up this playbook as Milroe grow. I think we got a championship team, Steve. Like I said, it's just gonna go on how much Milroe can continue to progress in reading, knowing where he's going, and getting that release speed up to just a tad bit more. But appreciate you, Steve.
Appreciate G from Raleigh calling in here on a Wednesday, and I agree with that statement. The one thing we can all come away with from the Ole Miss game, we did see growth from Jalen Milroe. We can all agree on that. We did see a quarterback that hung in that pocket, manipulated the pocket, took some hits, but delivered the football and gave his guys a chance. Gave his guys a chance to make plays. We saw growth there from Milroe, definitely where that is concerned. But Eli, I see we got some super chats, so here we go. Ask Bama Girl 26, let's go! A $50 donation, dropping the love in there. Ask Bama Girl 26, then we got Waylon. We got our president Waylon in here with $9.99, dropping the love in the bucket there. And then we got Anthony Lang. What? Another $50 donation that's been placed in here. That daily super chat goal of $100 has been met because of you, the Alabama football fan base. We appreciate all of you. You making this your show, your spot to talk all things Bama football. We got a cool call topic right here, people. Bryce Young, former Alabama quarterback, number 1 overall pick in this recent draft by the Carolina Panthers. He did not play last week because of an ankle injury. He did not play against the Seahawks with an ankle injury. But according to NFL insiders, Ian Rappaport of NFL Network, among others, Young is expected to play this weekend. He's expected to start this weekend. He's good to go this weekend for the Panthers. So that's good to see Bryce back up, healthy, ready to rock and roll. We take another break here on the show on Touch That Down. When we get back, we break down Mississippi State and why this game is huge, critical for Alabama moving forward. We'll talk the matchup between Tide and Bulldogs after this.
What's up, Bama Nation? This is Rudy Griffin, former Alabama defensive lineman, and you're listening to my guy, Stephen M. Smith, in my own words, brought to you by Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Roll Tide, roll!
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, folks, we're back into the action right here from the break. Number one ticket for your Crimson Tide football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Got the man Eli Walker in the production studio. You guys continue tapping the like button. Give us the thumbs up right there. Appreciating the show. Hitting that subscribe button as well. Making this your show, your spot, your network, platform, channel, space to talk all things Bama football. But second topic of conversation here, Eli. Bama, Mississippi State this weekend. This is a big matchup here. Second conference game on the Alabama Crimson Tide football slate. And the battle for Highway 82 it has always been kind of a grimy, gritty, grinded out type of game. State always plays Bama physical. It doesn't matter if they have the personnel, if they don't have the personnel. They have always played Bama physical since Saban first got to Tuscaloosa in 2007. Very rarely have we seen Bama just put the gas on State and blow State out. I mean, 85% of the time, it's a grinded out game. Now, yes, there have been moments here and there where Bama has put the pedal on State and boat raced them to blow them out. But more times than not, it's been a physical football game. And for Coach Saban, he paid that respect to one Mike Leach earlier this week. Of course, Leach, had the tragic passing a year ago. And, it was tough for the SEC because Mike Leach meant a lot to this conference. Just the way he conducted himself, the offense that he brought to the SEC, the air raid, the thoughtfulness of which he discussed things in. Mike Leach was a character. He was a colorful character, a playful character. Sometimes would say things that you didn't quite really understand. But he brought something to the conference that will never be replaced. I'll put it like that. And this conference misses Mike Leach terribly. And Mississippi State misses Mike Leach terribly. And for Coach Zach Arnett, who is the guy now running the program, it's been tough because he's trying to do this ground and pound with the Bulldogs, but the personnel that they have is still air raid personnel from Mike Leach. So State has been trying to find what is our identity as a football team. Bulldogs 2-2 on the year. And now you host Alabama at Davis Wade Stadium. It's going to be really interesting and intriguing. But even despite, all of this, you still have Will Rogers as your quarterback. You still got, dynamic playmaker at wide receiver. And you still got pieces. You still got talented pieces there if you're Mississippi State. The two reasons why this game is so critical, just in my opinion, number one, it goes back to this. State, even though they may not beat Alabama in this game, they love to wear you down, maybe injure a couple of players, and the next team that you play, State has you so beat up that you could possibly lose the following matchup. And the following matchup in this regard is Texas A&M. And you got to put the pedal on State because you can't afford to go into A&M, worn down. You can't afford to go into that matchup, Kyle Field, College Station, Texas, worn down because last season, barely got the victory over A&M. And the last time you were at Kyle Field, 2021, with Bryce Young, you lost the game 38-41 in favor of the Aggies. So this matchup against State, you got to come out there, you got to handle them, from the jump because State's going to want to try to wear Alabama down and then wear them down to where we may not beat them, but get the other team that they're going to play in the following week a much better situation, a much better opportunity to get that win over the Crimson Tide. So State's a gritty program. It's going to be a good game, though. 8 p.m. kickoff. I mean, once again, Eli, I don't know why ESPN is doing this like this. Like 8 p.m. Like, Eli, you know the two of us ain't going to get home at about 2 o'clock in the morning. We both know this. And Eli, you got to make your run to Taco Casa. So, which, by the way, Eli's trying to get an NIL deal with Taco Casa. Hopefully we can get that in the works there, because Eli is really a proud supporter of that place, as well as my daughter Mariah. She loves Taco Casa as well. So maybe we can get both of y'all, Mariah and Eli, NIL deal at Taco Casa. But to wrap this part of the show, this part of the segment here is, State is an important game because of the fact that number one, you are continuing this journey of trying to play for an SEC championship, and this is the meat of your schedule, and this is where the importance is right now, the meat of your schedule in the SEC. And then 2, State is a tough football team. They don't lay down. They never have just been the type to lay down. So for Alabama, going into this matchup, being able to handle State, handle the Cowbells, get out of this thing with no type of injury whatsoever, and then get yourself prepared to take on Texas A&M in the following week. But we can take our next break here on the show on Touch That Dial. When we get back, we return to the phone lines to grab your calls, your thoughts, your conversations. We get back with you, the Bama fans, after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care, in support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99, and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today.
This is Chris Rogers, 2009 national champion. You are listening to the baddest, when I say the baddest, sports show in the state of Alabama. In my own words, you know, yours truly, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Don't touch that dial.
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, we're back into the action here, folks. From the break of a #1 ticket for Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Appreciate you guys checking us out here on today. Continue hitting the like button, tapping that subscribe button, making this your spot, your network, platform, channel, place to talk Bama football. Also, thanks to you guys for continuing to trying to be among the first wave, first group of fans, and helping us regrow, rebuild the message board. The link to the message board can be found in the chat line and in the description. Check it out right there, TDA, the message board. Get inside that link and help us regrow this thing right here. But before we get in the phone lines to take your calls, got to give a shout out to another sponsor. This call segment brought to you by Factor. Factor Fresher, Factor #1 in terms of meal prepping, meal planning. So, Factor's America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit can help you fuel up fast with flavorful, nutritious, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track reaching your goals. So what does Factor offer? We offer delicious flavor-packed options on the menu each week to fit a variety of lifestyles, from keto to calorie smart, vegan plus, veggie and protein plus, prepared and approved by chefs. You round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45 plus add-ons, including breakfast items like our delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato, bacon, and egg breakfast skillet. you head over to factormeals.com/TDA50 and use the code TDA50 to get 50% off. That's code TDA50 at factormeals.com/TDA50 to get that 50% off. Check them out right there. Factor. I've gotten the chance before to be able to eat these delicious crafted meals, getting you in shape, me myself in shape, and it's good stuff. Good quality stuff right there. Check them out, factormeals.com. We go to the phone lines, how to grab your calls. Call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang, 205-448-1358. Number to call in. You're live on the show. What's happening, how we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
What's going on, Steven? This is Jason from Tennessee.
What's going on, Jason? How we feeling?
I'm feeling good, brother. Feeling good. I believe we turned the corner this weekend, man.
I think
really
so.
Proud. Go ahead. I'm really proud of Jalen Milroe. He showed a lot of maturation in that game. He made some very good throws in the clutch, and he showed that he can manage the game.
I thought he did a great job of managing the game, taking hits, popping back up, making throws, firing up the crowd, and I felt like Alabama turned the corner in all facets. Defense played very well in the second half. Defense was lights out. You only give up 10 points overall to Ole Miss. That was averaging 52 points a game prior to the matchup, so that was good by the defense. I thought the offensive line turned a bit of a corner there. Guys were pancaking guys, putting the opposition on the ground. Want to see that continue. So a lot of good stuff. If Bama can take that second half, Jason, against Ole Miss and apply it to the whole season, this is a championship team.
Yes, it is. And the main thing is we can't let up now. We have to keep coming with that same level of intensity, because if we let up any, we'll revert back to what we've seen like against South Florida and Texas, because we're going to get every team's best effort regardless of how we're playing. They're coming after Alabama because, contrary to popular belief, we are still the standard, and we're going to get everybody's A game, so we have to give them ours.
Absolutely. Jason, they're calling in from Tennessee, giving us thoughts here on the show. You're going to get everybody's best. You're going to get everybody's A game, so you have to be on those P's and Q's as well. We're going to grab this call here. Well, I guess there's not another call in there. So we're going to continue with the call topic. Thank you there, Eli. Call topic right here, folks. So it's not only current student athletes getting NIL, former players are getting NIL as well. Alabama has popped open a new thing in name, image, likeness with the Alabama Always deal. Greg Byrne, athletics director, talked about it today. Even though we have players that are no longer student athletes, no longer in the program, they're still a part of the family. We want to make sure they're always appreciated. So now, Alabama Always is the first ever kind of NIL to where former players, alumni, in co-branding with the school can benefit off their name, image, and likeness. Wow. And all former players have to do is opt in for this. Several Alabama football legends have opted in. Marcel Darius, Donta Hightower, Courtney Upshaw, Sylvester Croom, Johnny Musso, Dwight Stevenson, Reggie Ragland, like several former Bama players, football-wise, have opted in to be a part of Alabama Always, getting the chance to benefit off their name, image, and likeness. This is fantastic. Greg Byrne, Nick Saban, University of Alabama program, showing you how innovative they really, really are. This is fantastic. You know, maybe Eli, I can use my half a semester of eligibility. You think I can use that? Go cop me some NIL gear right now. You know, I got half a semester left. If that serves me correct, I got half a semester left. Can I use it to be like a walk-on kicker or something? I don't know. Living my dream vicariously through these athletes getting NIL. We're going to go to our final break here on the show. Don't touch that dial when we get back. We get into a discussion on Tua Tagovailoa. Is he playing himself early into the MVP category for the National Football League for the Miami Dolphins? We talk Tua and his big season thus far right after this.
I'm Malachi Moore, and you're watching In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith on Touchdown Alabama YouTube channel.
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
What's going on? This is Benny Bice. I'm the founder and owner of Touchdown Alabama. And you guys are supporting one of the only independent outlets covering Alabama football today. No other sports, no networks, just Alabama football. Roll Tide Roll.
All right, folks, here we go. Back into the action from the break on a Wednesday, hump day, number one ticket for Bama. Football news in my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Happy to have all of you checking us out on this evening. Continue hitting that like button. Give us that thumbs up. Make the Shore Show your spot, your channel, platform, things of all purpose to talk Bama football. Appreciate all of you guys donating, all the donations today, the super chats today. You guys have been phenomenal. Phone calls, you guys have been phenomenal here. As we get into this final discussion, Eli, this one is on former Alabama quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, first-round pick, number 5 overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft by the Miami Dolphins. He's in his 4th season with the program, 3rd year as a starter, and Tua is playing his best football right now. Dolphins 3-0, undefeated. Tua is in the top 5, if not number 1, in just about every significant quarterback category right now. Whether it's passing yards, he's got 1,024. Whether it's completion percentage, he's at 71.3. He's got 8 touchdown passes to just 2 picks. He's got a QBR of 89.2 or 89.3, which is first in the league. He's got a passer rating of 121.9, which is first. I mean, Tua's killing it right now. I mean, this recent game against the Broncos, he just tore up Russell Wilson, having the Dolphins put up 70 points on the scoreboard, completed, 80% of his passes. The season opener, he goes toe-to-toe with his counterpart, Justin Herbert, or his, not necessarily counterpart, his contemporary. There you go. Contemporary Justin Herbert, and had a career day out there and beat Justin Herbert in the Chargers 36-34. Tua is playing himself as the favorite for NFL MVP early in the season. And this is beautiful. Why? Because he's prior to this moment, he's been hit with the criticism of, he can't stay healthy. Can he stay healthy? He can't stay on the field long enough. He doesn't have that deep ball. He doesn't have that special quality that these other quarterbacks have. Well, now Tua's showing you he's got the quality. And I've said this before. When you have a head coach that's behind you, that wants to see you succeed, that's geared toward wanting you to be successful, you play with a whole different level of confidence. Let's just be honest. Brian Flores was not trying to have Tua succeed. No, he was not. But here comes in Mike McDaniel, and the very first day on the job, Mike McDaniel's on FaceTime with Tua on a plane, telling Tua, hey, bro, I'm about you. Like, we're going to make you the real deal here. We're going to make you a superstar. I'm going to make you a superstar. And the words were genuine, but look what McDaniel's done. He's made Tua a superstar. He sat there. He brought talent to Miami, brought Tyreek Hill, brought Teron Armstead, brought Devon A-Chain, brought different guys to help Tua out offensively. And now look at Tua. I mean, he's tearing it up. He is shredding it up here in the league. The judo, jiu-jitsu training has worked. He's been able to fall correctly, not have those head injuries. Tua's playing great right now. Playing great right now. Has worked his way into being the early favorite for league MVP. I believe there was a site out there in Vegas, Eli, that had Tua with the best odds. I think, was it plus 340, Eli? I think the odds were plus 340 for Tua. I want to say it was plus 340. But he's got the best odds right now to be the league MVP. DraftKings, there you go, Eli. So DraftKings had Tua with the best odds at plus 340 out the gate to be the league MVP. But he's playing well. Best ball right now. And hope to see it continue there from Tua. Because he's showing the naysayers, the skeptics, the critics, he's the real deal. He is the real deal. And Mike McDaniel is making sure we all know that he's the real deal. But as always, people, you want the best in news, notes, information, and coverage here, entertainment on your favorite program, that being the Alabama Crimson Tide. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you got the Android phone for your audio needs. Check us out. iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We got you covered there. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll be back on Friday continuing the conversation that is Tide football. Want to give a shout out to all of you, the Bama fans, for all that you did today. Every call, every donation, every super chat, every YouTube chat, you make this what it is, people. You make this what it is. The fun, the entertainment that I get because of you guys right there. Guys, show some love to my man Eli Walker holding it down there in the studio. Doing his thing there. Gotta also show some love to the family back home. Wife Mia, daughter Mariah watching the show. Appreciate the both of you. 2 heartbeats, my 2 women there back at the house in Tuscaloosa. But as always, folks, husbands, love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children continue doing the right thing, fun thing, smart thing, good thing, legitimate thing to not be bored there. Get that work in, school's in session. Be sure to get you those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself. You protect the loved ones around you. Until next time, folks, I'm your man Stephen Smith, and you've been listening and watching in my own words.